What is up, y'all? It is your boy Z Vascular coming at you with a back and biceps day. For those of you who don't know me, hopefully you'll be familiar with me soon enough. It is 5:30 p.m. in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. Getting to the gym a little bit late, and I got these new meta glasses, so I thought, why not, start documenting some of these workouts and taking you guys through the days. I want to do this with as minimal editing as possible. And just keep this super raw and just take you through my day. Hopefully somebody could learn a thing or two. We're just getting a little bit of pre-workout carbs in right now. You guys will learn soon enough that I love these Welch's fruit snacks. I eat them probably every single day before I work out just to get a little bit of a boost. But yeah, it should be a good back day. It is, like I said, 37 degrees out and windy here in New York, so it's been kind of a struggle to get a pump in. We're kind of trying to layer up here. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the gym. We'll get after it, or maybe I'll interrupt. The gym also closes at 7 p.m., so hopefully we can get all of our exercises done. And if you want to hear me just shut the fuck up and lift, you can feel free to skip ahead to that if that's what you're here for. But if anybody has any ideas of how to edit these videos better, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to engage with you guys and learn a thing or two, because I really don't know too much about editing, to be completely honest. It's outside of editing TikToks on my phone. By the way, follow me on TikTok, Z Vascular, if you like this content. It's more short form slop on that account, but there's some workout tips here and there as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the gym. This has been an especially brutal winter for me, probably because I haven't had a winter in 4 years. Just graduated from the University of Miami, so coming back to New York, forgot what it was like to be in this weather. I almost just tripped and ate shit. But in the winter, it's hard as hell to get a pump because you're just so cold. That's the one thing I forgot. So we're layering up. I'm also walking 15 minutes to the gym, which isn't gonna help, but you get your extra steps in, get that calorie loss from a little bit of cardio for free just getting to the gym. So we will take that. Well, this is my first video. I'm really debating whether I want to do shorter or longer form videos, like whether I should, have a little bit of pre-gym yap, workout, pose, get a little post-meal lift in, and kind of have that workout part be a little bit shorter, like just edit it and, have a little workout edit, versus me talking through the entire thing, kind of more longer form content. So we'll try it out this time, and you guys can let me know down below which you prefer. But yeah, it's actually really refreshing to be able to hit a pull day, because I've been on upper lower for the longest time. It's probably been around 6 months. It's crazy to say out loud since I've hit my last good old pull day. But we'll talk more about that when we get in the gym. I keep saying I'll see y'all in the gym, and then I just continue yapping my ass off. But I'll probably put the timestamp of when I'm in the gym working out, if that's what you guys want to skip to. But we're almost there on our long trek to the gym. I want to give a jump scare warning. We do work out at Planet Fitness. I know that might be terrifying to some of you guys, but I'm going to prove that you can get in an amazing workout at Planet Fitness regardless of how strong you are. I'm not going to say regardless, because there are freaks, but I will say that any pro bodybuilder could get a solid workout at Planet Fitness. I will stand on that if you know how to set it up the right way. Yeah, the hands are cold right now. As you could imagine, we're gonna spend some time warming up, but like I said, they do close today a little bit early. It's 7. It is the weekend, so just want to have enough time to finish my workout. But let's see if we can make that happen. We are kind of in a rush here, so hopefully we don't run into too many unskippables today. You guys do know what the gym unskippable cutscenes are, when you have certain unks trying to fix your form on certain exercises and tell you how much they benched back in the day. But we're going to be hopeful that we can avoid that. This is going to be a width focused day for sure. So we're starting off on lat pull downs, but I just want to warm up over here real quick. Just kind of get the shoulders loose. We are kind of in a rush here, so hopefully we don't run into too many unskippables today. You guys do know what the gym unskippable cutscenes are, when you have certain unks trying to fix your form on certain exercises and tell you how much they benched back in the day. But we're gonna be hopeful that we can avoid that. This is gonna be a width focused day for sure. So we're starting off on lat pull downs, but I just wanna warm up over here real quick. Just kind of get the shoulders loose. Gym music actually isn't bad. For gym music, I give this an 8 out of 10. But, as I was saying, it's gonna be a nice pull day. I've been on upper lower for the longest time, so it's gonna be a little bit interesting switching to this pull day. But you know, we're gonna hammer the back, the biceps. Hopefully we can get on the Smith machine in a reasonable time frame. That is the #1 problem with this gym. And I don't want to get too many people in my field of vision while recording this. Hope you guys can hear me, by the way. This music's kind of bumping right now. So recently I noticed that the way that this grip is angled down hasn't been making my shoulders feel the best long term. So I'm gonna use this bar. I think this bar is a little bit different, right? Yeah. It's the same exact bar. Wow. I'm gonna edit that out so you guys didn't see that, but you know, we have lost a lot of strength on the lat pull downs. I hate to say it, but I do need to admit it to myself. So we're gonna work on building that back because who doesn't want some juicy thick lats? Normally I log my workouts, so I remember what I did last time, but because we're just getting off of vacation, we're not going to be too worried about that at all. How you doing? This is Z Vascular, your boy. But yeah, I'll probably record right before the top set. I'm just going to warm up, get a little bit loose. If you guys mess with the content, make sure you check me out on TikTok, your favorite micro influencer, and yeah. But getting to more important things, this pull day, I'm still debating between these two handles I've been using. These are just a little bit too, like, if you guys have been in the gym, you guys know what I mean. I don't really like the grip on this. I just wish it was a straight metal bar you could yank. But we'll probably do one more set like this, and then we'll get the straps and kind of get more locked in. Okay. The thing about these meta glasses, they're actually gonna make my form better because I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at the stack, keeping my head level, instead of my head go all over the place and no one can see. So that's 1+ already. And while we're here, we can take us through the gym bag that I will always have on me. An extra Echo beater, because why not? Creatine, Echo Vision always. Pre-workout, OB mix. It's the best bang for your buck you can get. Echo Light. If you guys can't tell, I'm a fan of Echo Vision. But we'll take you through the rest of the bag later. It's gonna get my straps. This is fully what I'm listening to, by the way. Completely shameless plug. So we just did our last warm-up at 205. We'll probably do 235 for a top set today. Just keep it cordial. Hopefully get somewhere in that 6 to 8 rep range. That's normally my sweet spot for this movement in particular. But yeah, warm-up's feeling okay. I tweaked my left bicep a couple weeks ago, so feeling it just a little bit. But once we get to our curls, we'll know for sure where we're at in terms of that recovery. The number one thing with healing from injuries, in my experience, is to just listen to your body and never go above that kind of 4 out of 10 pain range. At the same time, if you got a little shoulder pain here and there, sometimes you just got to tough it out and you don't even feel it on that top set. So it's kind of hit or miss. All right, getting into our top set. Try to keep this as wide as possible and not swing back. Keep the head level. and just yank. This is probably the best lat exercise you could possibly be doing. And it's a little bit difficult to progressive overload, which is good. You don't want to be full stacking things as fast as possible. You want to be able to consistently stay on the movement. But enough out of me. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Whew. It's kind of hard to get in the seat there. I got kind of stuck. I thought I went too heavy, but I haven't worked out in a while, as I said, so I wasn't expecting anything too crazy. We'll take it, definitely lower the weight a little bit, and see what the next set's looking like. All right, we're only gonna do one more set here because we're also gonna do another lat movement. So it don't want to be too redundant with it, but we dropped the weight by 1 pin, and hopefully we can slide into the seat a little bit easier. Whew. Okay. Okay. We'll take that. Probably could have kept the same weight again, if we're being completely honest, but that felt good. Pump's coming in a little bit, actually, a little early. But without wasting any time, we're gonna get straight into these preacher curls. Again, hoping the bicep holds up because it hasn't been feeling too hot last couple workouts. But we're just gonna listen to our body, start light, and do these preacher curls. Another thing, you don't want to be leaning down over the preacher curl. You want to put your elbow as far into the pad as you can. So you're curling from this position here. That's gonna give you the best bang for your buck on it and allow you to keep overloading. But already sitting like this, I do feel that tension in the bicep. So we're not gonna be able to go all out, but we can still do a little bit. And you know, part of the recovery process is really just taking it slow and, you know, working through a little bit of discomfort. You know, some discomfort here and there. Getting through some scar tissue isn't bad. We'll call it there. Okay. Whew. This machine can kind of be a little bit hit or miss because it gets really heavy towards the top, and at the bottom of the machine it isn't as heavy, which some people might say is quote unquote less optimal for the biceps. But for 99.9% of you, it is really not going to make that big of a difference. And I'll give you a little trick here. If you want a little bit more tension on the bottom, all you need to do is keep your elbows back here, and then you'll get a lot more tension on the bottom there. And you just made a descending preacher curl machine. But I'd rather just do it as is. It's really not that big of a deal. By the way, I'll shamelessly say the black pill edits are the, are the most optimal thing you could be doing during your workout if you're trying to get the most out of it, 100%. But let's get into this next warm up. Again, just making sure we keep that bicep healthy. And again, sometimes you get to work through a little bit of discomfort, but you need to really find that line between discomfort and re-aggravating an injury. You need to take an honest look and tell yourself which one you're doing. Leave that there. Whew. But we might do some hammer curls on this after, because that feels good normally, but again, we don't want to do too much for the bicep. We might just kind of do some lighter sets and just get that bicep right back to where it should be. The pain is like right kind of in here, right in the tendon area, in that radiobrachialis tendon. So just don't want to tear our shit off the bone. Which is very rare. Getting a little warm in here, so I'll do a sneak peek of the pump. But did one more set off camera, felt good. Strength is still lacking a little bit in that area. It's gonna be a little bit to come back, but just need to be thankful that it's not affecting any of my other lifts too much. And just refrain from re-aggravating it. That's the number one thing, because there's been countless times where I've been hurt and ended up out for much longer than I should be, just because they're not taking proper care of that injury. So they're definitely gonna avoid that. A lot of breath, but we'll take another minute and then we'll get into our last set, and I will record this one. Here we go. Okay. Call it there. I should preface that I am bulking. However, with these holidays, just Thanksgiving just finished, I'm definitely at higher body fat percentage than I should be right now. So we're kind of working on that kind of recomp type of vibe. But we're gonna put the pump cover back on. We didn't really earn the right to have it off in here yet. So yeah, getting a little sweaty already. Again, we're just gonna experiment with this kind of longer form content style video. I'll make a shorter form edit with the clips as well, just to take you through the pull day. But yeah, we're gonna see how it does. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are enjoying. If you like the content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'd love to take you guys along on my journey. I'm in the gym every single day, so I thought I might as well document the footage and keep you guys tuned in. But we're just waiting on this back machine to free up. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer, and we'll be ready to continue the pull day with a little bit more lats. So we're gonna get on this lat row. Just gonna hit the other portion of the lats. For those of you who don't know, you want to be doing 2 lat movements. One where your arm is out here coming into your hip, and one when your arm is right here coming into your hip. It doesn't matter if it's vertical or horizontal, it's gonna be hitting the same region to your lat regardless. So I just like this machine. It's really easy to progress with overload, and it is very stable and just easy to set up. So let's see how we're feeling here. Feeling pretty good. So I always just struggle a little bit figuring out exactly where I want to keep my feet here, because I feel like out of play right on that setting. But I'm going to show you guys a little handy dandy gym pin here, and this just lets you add a little bit more weight to the machine, as long as the loveliest employees of Planet Fitness don't catch me in the act. We should be okay. But this just makes it so I don't have to do 15 to 20 reps to achieve failure, and can just do it a little bit faster and stay anywhere from that 4 to 10 rep range. And we're pretty warm, so I think we can just get straight into it. We're gonna do 2 sets here. Okay. Alright. Lost a little bit of strength on that, as expected, but the strength that you once had always comes back much faster than it took to originally build that strength, due to a funny thing called muscle memory. But that was a good set, a little bit heavy for my liking, but it'll get the job done. We're gonna drop the weight a little bit for the second set, and we'll be back. You know, I will say that my gains significantly improved once I started listening to music like this. This is just going to be a really big factor for how big you can get. Katy Perry, 2010s, Prime Lady Gaga, those are your bread and butter, and then you can work your way to SoundCloud after you build your way up. We're going to get into our next set here. Hopefully we can get on the Smith machine relatively quickly, because we want to do some sort of shrug variation to hit that upper back trap area after the set here. And then we're pretty close to being done. We'll hit some forearms, we'll hit a couple sets of rear delts / upper back, and we'll probably call it there. But I'm feeling pretty recovered and ready for this set, so without further ado, let's get it. We dropped the weight a little bit, and let's hit failure. That's good. Might have had one in the tank there, but I'm gonna chalk it up to lack of pre, even though that is never a good excuse to not achieve failure. Probably could have gone a little bit heavier. You know, I feel like I'm just getting reaccustomed to some of these movements. A little bit out of the groove here, but shouldn't be too big of a deal at all. Now let's hope we can get on the Smith machine. That is always one of the hardest things to do in the gym. So it's looking pretty grim for the Smith machine, it's seeming like. So we're just gonna start warming up with some dumbbell shrugs, which is, you know, it's not ideal in the slightest, but it'll get the job done. It's only one workout, so. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. Kind of got the urge to just start repping some hammer curls and go dumb heavy, but our bicep says no. So we're gonna try this little shrug variation I saw TNF doing, and we're gonna see if it hits or not. You need to be able to protract to the bottom without hitting anything. So we'll play around with it. So we're gonna load it up a little bit. Oh, throw some weight on there. You know, we'll do like 2 or 3 sets here if it's feeling good. But this is my first set, obviously, to warm up a little bit. But yeah, I don't normally do shrugs too much. I prefer an upper back row, but at this gym, there isn't really a good upper back row, and you could kind of set one up with this, but I'm gonna try out this machine just for the time. So that feels terrible, for being honest. You know, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and accept that the workout wasn't hitting you the right way. So, no biggie. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do, and I'm gonna set up a little classic upper back row on the cable row machine. Isn't that entrepreneurial? We'll just take a standard wide grip, flare the elbows high, keep the core braced, and we're not going to throw out our lower back. And this could honestly be the last movement we do if we set it up right and are honest with ourselves with how hard we're training. So, back pumped after a total of 2 sets of lat pull downs, 2 sets of preacher curls, 2 sets of lat rows, and about 3 sets of those cable rows at the end that I didn't record. Solid pump. Maybe I'll get into a little bit of posing when I get back. I feel like I owe that to you guys, a little physique check, but we'll fast forward to that right now.